Okay, so when you're in CBDesk and you go to Buildout, there's a couple different ways to do this. So if the listing is already in Buildout, then it's super easy to create a brochure. If it's not in here yet, then you'll need to create a new listing, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Another thing to note is even if the listing is live and bright, it doesn't automatically feed into Buildout. We still have to create the listing in here. And you can also create listings in here before they're live and bright if, Gillian or somebody else is doing a proposal or something like that. So I will show you how to create a new listing first. So we'll go up to the purple button that says new listing, and we will start from there. I'm just going to put in the East Buscoin Street address. So once you type in the address, you'll also select primary broker. And from here, sorry, I got some jet noise. From here, you'll select the primary listing agent. If there's a secondary listing agent, you can include them as well. And then we'll go ahead and click on search. All right, and then once we have the broker in there, we'll click on create listing. And then you pretty much just go down the line and fill out what needs to be filled out. So if it's a lease, you'll select that. If it's a sale, we'll select that. And then you can select the stage that it's in. So if it's not active yet, it's just a proposal. We'll click on that. If it is active, we will click on that. If you can also select different ways to publish it. So if you only want to, create different marketing collateral, or maybe it's, a pocket listing or something that's not on market, you could select fully private. You could also select just private or public if you want it published everywhere. Different listed dates, expiration dates, you can include that, but it's not required. Primary broker will auto-populate from what you've already put in. If you have a link URL, like something to, that goes to a 3D tour or, maybe a single property website, that could be there. All the address information is here. If the owner does not want the address to be published online, we can click hide address or override map location. And then you can also fill out market, submarket, and cross streets. And then there's additional fields there as well. Location description, this is something that's required, and it will also pull through to different marketing collateral. So you could just put, what cross streets it's near, or the fact that it's close to, or it's in Old Town, it's close to the Walking Mall, close to City Hall, all those things. And then if we go to property information, if the property has a specific name, like if it's a restaurant or, the building has a certain name, you could add that in there as well. All of the zoning and everything pulls through, I believe, from tax records, but you'll want to double check that that's accurate, because I know, I don't know, but I don't think this is accurate for this property, but I could be wrong. Building size, again, will pull through from tax records, so that just needs to be audited to make sure if it's correct. Building class, you can select A, B, or C. If you have information on the occupancy percentage, what type of tenancy it has, and all of this information, you can fill that out as well. Number of units, you can include that, and then if you have a rent roll to upload, you can include that as well. Sale description. This is usually we can just pull it from public remarks in terms of the sale description, as well as the sale bullets. But it would just include, any details on if it's occupied, if it's not occupied, if it's partially occupied, maybe what the current tenants pay, what the possible uses are based on the zoning, all that good stuff. And then investment type. If you know what the investment type is, you could include that. Otherwise, you can leave it as not specified. And then financials as well. The only thing you need on here is the sales price, but if you have the NOI and the cap rate, you can include that as well. And then any internal notes. And then once you save the listing, I'm going to cancel out of this, but once you save it, it will populate as a draft. And then from there, you can also include media. So I pulled all the pictures from the listing in Bright. But if we go back to just the listing here, you can add new documents, and this is where you'll create the brochure. So if you go up here to new on the top right and just click on new document, this is where you can select if you want a flyer, which will just be one page. If you want an offering memorandum, which is has to do with the listing, prior to actually listing it. If you want a postcard, social media, whatever it may be. But what we typically do is a brochure in portrait mode, which is that P in parentheses. So I already created one, so I'll go ahead and click on it. But Buildout does a really, really good job of basically, hold on. Buildout does a really good job of pulling in all the data that you have already input into the listing. And so there's really not a whole lot that you'll have to edit on it, but I will show you how to do that when it pulls up. So as you can see, the cover page has this on it. Some of the things I did edit was how the bullet points, the sale bullets are shown here. And you can edit that literally just by clicking and typing whatever you want right there. You can also change the font size, but you can't change the font type. It'll also pull in any demographics based on radius and so on and so forth. The second page is just key pictures of it. Third page is the map. And here, if you hover over the top and click on Edit Map, kind of in the middle up here, you can add different retailers that are around there. You could add basically different data points if you would like. I don't think it's quite as important for a location like this that's in, a downtown, a business area. But for something that is maybe more rural and you want to show the proximity of different major retailers, you could do that. Once you're done doing that, you just click Save Map. If you want to zoom in or zoom out, you can do that. And then the last page is just the demographic information there as well. And then once you're done there, you just click Done Editing, and then you just click on the name of the brochure, and it will go ahead and render it, and then you can save it from there.